Coming up in this episode... Oh, so here it is in another photo with its sister bass. So you sold it to the collector? The special thing about this guitar that's coming soon, it's modelled on someone else's guitar. And the purpose is for literally one big video idea.
She's not thinking about you, she's not daydreaming.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I couldn't be further from Spain right now, but I've been doing my practice. One day I will make a video in just Spanish. How cool would that be? Anyway, I digress. Obviously I'm still in England. However, I'm not at home, and I've definitely been doing a little bit of travelling around the UK, and well, I basically want to show you some of the footage I took from a short trip to Devon. And yeah, let's start with question of the day. This question comes from Julian. Who would you most like to make Mary Spender signature guitar? Now, a signature guitar is a huge honour for a guitarist in this day and age. And the hardest thing about it is knowing when to give your audience that option. And I think, for me, I'm still quite new in my journey of gear acquisition and gear playing, and there are a few brands that come to mind that I would love to collaborate with. However, what I'm going to do in the meantime, before I commit to that, is experiment and commission a few unique pieces that might literally have my signature on them. I've got one in mind at the moment. But the special thing about this guitar that's coming soon is that it's modelled on someone else's guitar. And the purpose is for literally one big video idea. And then it just happens to have my signature scrawled along the fretboard, which isn't all that common, but has been done before. And I don't want to reveal it just yet because I think it's really special. The person working on it is working very, very hard behind the scenes, but all will be revealed eventually. Now, when it comes to my signature guitar, firstly, it would shock me that anyone would want to buy a guitar that was thought up by me, and it feels like such an exciting thing to do in future and such a privilege. And you'd want to find the right manufacturer that would be able to not just provide the really high-end version, but then also a more accessible version. So that's what I always appreciate about Fender and Squier, or Gibson and Epiphone, and then obviously PRS obviously have the PRS signatures and then the SE signatures, and then Music Man and Sterling, so I would love to do maybe a limited run with a smaller company, because I love small guitar companies and I really, really appreciate what they do. And then maybe one day one of those big names will come a-knocking. But I've got a lot of work to do first, so I'm happy to put that work in and then see where it goes with the signature guitar. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And thank you very much for the question. All right, back to the show. Now it's time for me to read
Your guitar stories.
This guitar story comes from Omar and is titled, "My First Guitar Ended Up in a Museum." Hi Mary, I'm your follower from Mexico City. Hello. Hola. I love your content, and ever since you started the guitar stories, I wanted to write to you about my first guitar. Back in '93, I went with my family to the Hard Rock Cafe in Mexico City, and we were sitting below a Les Paul signed by Guns N' Roses. Very cool. I was fascinated with it. My mum told me to go to a flea market and try to find a guitar to hang on the wall of my room. There, I found an Ibanez guitar. It looked old and with a rare shape, but I didn't know much about it. This guy sold it to me for about $60. It has 3 on-off switches to turn on the pickups and the first Ibanez logo. I'm intrigued to see this. I'm not sure I've seen the first Ibanez logo. That guitar spent about 15 years on my wall. I only used it once on a gig and for the guitar lessons I was taking then. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, I hope it didn't just stay on your wall for 15 years without you practicing, of course. Mine definitely don't stay up there and not get touched. They all get used, I promise. One day in a forum, I asked about it. A collector in Switzerland who was looking for that exact same guitar contacted me and told me he had the sister bass. He has a museum with over 70 Ibanez guitars from the 50s and 60s. This guitar is a 60s guitar because the factory was closed in the end of 1967 and Ibanez produced their guitars with different parts as the first Bizarre series. I was really glad to know that my guitar was going to stay in a place where it could be taken care of and appreciated. Oh, so here it is in another photo with its sister bass. So you sold it to the collector? Hey! That's very cool. Why does it reminds me of the Albert Lee Music Man, but obviously this is, wow, look at the bass. Very cool. Also, I really love that logo. Oh, and it's not just painted on, it looks like it's 3D. Very cool. Wow, Omar, thank you very much for sharing that. And yeah, I'm also glad that it's being appreciated. I hope it's being appreciated in the museum. Thank you, Omar, for sending in your story. If you want to send in your guitar story, then please check out the description below to find out more information on how to do that. But otherwise, back to the show. Here is a song that I've recently written called She's Not Thinking About You. And I just hope that if you need to hear this, it speaks to you. Okay, here we go.
She's not thinking about you, she's not daydreaming, she's not wondering where you are. She's not wishing on a star for you to fall for her. She's not lingering on your every word. She's not the girl, I say this as a friend, I want to be kind, but don't undo all your hard work. Get her off your mind or you'll soon find more pain means more wasted time. She's not thinking about you, she's not daydreaming, she's not wondering where you are. She's not wishing on a star for you to fall for her. She's not lingering on your every word. She's not the girl, you did all you could, put yourself out there. I'm so sorry it didn't work out, but aren't you relieved you don't have to be her utopian fantasy? She's not thinking about you, she's not daydreaming, she's not wondering where you are. She's not wishing on a star for you to fall for her. She's not lingering on your every word. She's not thinking about you, she's not daydreaming, she's not wondering where you are. She's not wishing on a star for you to fall for her. She's not lingering on your every word. She's not the girl.
Last but not least, we have Patron of the Day, and today's Patron of the Day is Rick McDonald. Rick McDonald, thank you very much for your support. To everyone else, as always, I can't believe how lucky I am. It was recently my birthday, and I do kind of just want to mention that when I was like in my early 20s, I thought by the time that I got to 30, I would probably have to give up the pursuit of music as a full-time job. And yet, because of YouTube, I've been full-time for over 2 years now. And now I'm 31, and I just feel like the luckiest girl alive. So if you're worried about starting a music career because you're completely independent and you don't have a record label and you don't have a manager, all I can say is just keep going, because you just don't know where you're going to end up. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens at the right time that you need it to, so that you're ready. And yeah, I'm just reflecting on it, and thanks to everyone for the birthday wishes too. But otherwise, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, comment below with your favourite moment, and I'll see you very soon.